I'm shocked, to be honest with you. I mean, this is an 8-9 game. Gonzaga shows quarter court pressure, and then they stretch out to the half court, and they pick up with better ball pressure. That's the ball pressure you've been talking about Georgia needs. Gonzaga has been very good on the defensive end.
And they bring the lengthy Ajayi in. He's covering up Asa Newell right now. Ike is in the middle of the paint on Godfrey. Shot clock is at 5. Demary Jr. into the paint. Shot clock at 2. And bucket is good.
That possession.
James thought about it. Goes up top for 3. No good. A little too strong. Newell with the rebound. LeFew thought about doing it again. Demary, he'll fire a 3. It's good. Splashed it home in front of his.
Was a breakout game for him. 40 against the Zags.
Steve, you remember when those uniforms were that baggy?
Yeah, I do for sure. I wore mine like that as well.
Demary for 3, and it connects.
No whistle. Well, Morris missed his first 2 or 3 shots around the rim. One of the most explosive athletes in this SEC. Newell man had something to do with that. Demary, good entry. Newell's got some inches on Moore, but he's going to kick it. Demary fires. Got it big time. And then Newell gets defensively for Georgia. And now going to work one-on-one. No left. The ball comes back to Georgia. 3. Bottom! And a chance for 4. He just turns programs around. He has had such great success. And man, you can tell how much he and his family are enjoying life in Athens, Georgia. Think about this. Just the 6th time in 119 years of Georgia basketball for them to win 20. For the lead, Georgia. Demary dumps it off. Layup missed. Lawrence, one extra pass. Demary, net. Keep an eye on in the second half, too. Oklahoma 12-11 this year when they have more than 10 turnovers. 7-1 when they have fewer than 10 turnovers.
To my point about Fears, he cannot have 10 turnovers when this game comes to a halt. And Porter Moser said at the end of the day, did we rebound with Georgia will determine this game. Well, they're being out-rebounded by 4. They've got to hang in there.
And Demary, tough shot, rattles it in. Good start. He's been in the middle of it. Fears, boy, an ankle breaker. He cannot complete it. He sent Demary to the floor, and then he threw it up too hard off the window. Demary. Yes, sir, man. He's on.
Stay involved on that defensive glass.
Difficult baseline runner from Miles, no good. Demary right in the face of Miles, knocks another one.
Once we get to the big dance. I think that's a great point by you. Carey just 24%, I think, on the year from deep. I think that's one that Georgia will live with all day long.
Absolutely. Georgia down by 2. And that man was quiet, but no longer. There's your guy. There's Mignon. He's everywhere. Tanner thought about it. Now lets it fly. Carey on the tip. No. And Newell cradles the rebound. But one part of this game that surprised me a little bit, Vandy's ability to hit the offensive glass. Great take by Silas. Up by 4. Tanner finds space. Back iron. And there, flying in for the rebound is Dylan James. Georgia up by 4 and looking for more. Demary got it! LeFew, step back 3 on the way. Rims off. And an offensive rebound. Surreal inside Demary.
Maury Thomas, Nick Pringle, and CMB. Off the underside of the basket. Georgia basketball coming the other way. Georgia 18-11 overall, 6-10 in the SEC. The reigning SEC player of the week looks like it right.
Here you go again. Skip passes, hard to close out. Open man, Jacoby knocks it down.
Demary with the answer. Is he in a different spot?
All of his shots are pretty much contested because a lot of times they're coming at him from a double team, but he's done a better job of reading and reacting to what's out there. And as you stated, he can convert.
Tyron Lawrence, Dakota LeFew have also come into the game for Georgia. Demary, tough fadeaway on the baseline, and he rattled Joe Lenardi. unquestionably a spot in the NCAA tournament. Loose ball grabbed by Georgia. Blue Kane, extra pass. Demary from the corner. Got it.
Great passing out there. But you got to credit that to the Gamecocks with their pressure.
Shots have not been falling early in this second half for Georgia. They've gone 2 minutes without scoring. They were shooting over 50% at the half. That number has come down. So what do they do? Demary gets some space. Three won't go, but LeFew an offensive rebound. Right place, right time for Dakota LeFew.
Long shots, long rebounds.
Demary bumped on the drive, pulls up just inside the free throw line and drops.
South Carolina Gamecocks, they're trying to be some bubble busters right now for these Georgia Bulldogs. And they're doing it through defense.
Silas Demary Jr. with the ball in his hands, 10 on the shot clock. He's 45 feet from the basket. Goes downhill. He gets all the way to the rim. Kisses it off.
Set up. Kane with a good denial on Johnson as Pryor was trying to get it to Trey Johnson on the post entry. And Trey Johnson has not attempted a shot in the first 4+ minutes. Santos Surreal, 6 in black, has checked in off the bench, spelling Godfrey. And here's a kick for James. Post entry for Newell. Double comes. James. The skip for Demary. He knocks it down. Silas.
Texas, that includes Trey Johnson.
Demary probing. Had it roll off, but all alone to get his own miss.
And that's why.
Far for Georgia. Larry tried to slip it back. It's a turnover. And Demary lays it in. Ryle said they were both trying to figure out what they were going to do college-wise. Shedrick turned it over, trying to give it to Trey Johnson, and Georgia pushes with Blue Kane. Lead at 10 again for the Dogs. Kane on the drive, shut off by Kaluma. Demary rises up, knocks it down. It's for good measure. Devon Pryor had 3 fouls in the first half. Too strong. Kane another rebound, and Georgia can push. Demary off the Newell screen. Sticks another 3.
Hey.
Hot fake changes that, puts an end to the drought for the Horns.
That was a prime example. Trey Johnson tried to push. There was nothing there, but on the ball reversal, the defense still wasn't set, which allowed Jason Kent to get to the basket.
Kent's got 13, averages 5 a game. And Silas Demary continues to...
And let's remember, Georgia has had some struggles. In that game that they beat St. John's, they had 24 turnovers, so they can be turnover prone at times.
And all of a sudden, after that last turnover, the run now is 8-zip for Texas. And more of those second half concerns for Mike White and Georgia. Where do they go for a run stopper here? 5 on the shot clock. Silas Demary wants to go one-on-one. A blow-by on Pryor. Baseline jumper is pure for Silas Demary.
You saw that happen from a push from Jordan Pope. He was then able to have a mismatch, which caused the help, which allowed that open shot by Arthur Kaluma. That pace picking up now, playing into the hands of Texas, but they still have a long ways to go in a very short period to try to get there.
10 in the second half for Kaluma on his birthday. Demary directing. Wants to go one-on-one. Has Shedrick on him. Got to get it up. Demary a step back. Why not? For Silas.
Martin back the other way. Too strong. Chinulu battling underneath. Blocked by Newell. Starting 5 for Georgia. Blue Kane, Silas Demary, R.J. Godfrey. There, nowhere to go with it. Here's Houck. Houck to the basket. Newell there to disrupt his shot. Demary, step back. Got it.
That's Elijah Martin, who's a big, strong, defensive-minded guy. And then you expect the guys that you brought back from last year. You got Chinulu in here, who's obviously a great rim protector.
They're got to protect. 14:45. Opening few minutes here between the Dogs and the Gators. Absent. just checked in, gets it to Demary. He'll fire away on another three. Oh, my goodness.
Very few mistakes on the defensive end, running guys off the three-point line, physicality in the paint, and they're attacking this Florida 1-2-2 3/4 court press.
Tyron Lawrence checks back in. Florida's had 4 straight empty trips, 3 turnovers, and missed a shot. Meanwhile, Silas Demary just going off. Newell. Back to Demary. Demary with those 14 first half points, 3 threes. Got the switch with Chinyulu on him. He'll pull up for 3 and gets it to go. That is number 4 for Silas.
This half-court defense, the last 5 minutes of the first half and throughout this second half, made things a lot more difficult for Georgia.
Florida has hit their last 3 shots. Meanwhile, Georgia, no field goals in the last 3.5 minutes, and that drought ends with Silas Demary.
By John Tonji going for 22. Here's Auburn on the run. Layup no good. Auburn has struggled at the rim in this game. Georgia's interior defense has kept them in the contest.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've got terrific rim protection. They were terrible in that regard last year, and they fixed it in the offseason.
Floater good for Silas 8, so they turn to Baker Mazzara. Why not? His first bucket of the game. Clock at 3. Demary got it! A huge bucket for Silas Demary Jr.
Took a chance, doubled, and snuck away from the corner, and Bulldogs could not make him pay.
Poor pass from Broome, went into Kane's arms. 3-on-1 for Georgia. Now Demary Jr. And he gets that one to go. He closed the half with his first. It's Murray State a few years ago. Asa Newell in and out. Blue Cane kept it alive. Surreal finds it. Demary got downhill, and Kelly grabbed his arm on the drive. And he said,
way.
See, I like Georgia pushing it. You may get a better look in transition.
Demary.
Doesn't have to win them both, but they cannot lose them both.
Cruz aggressive on the step-in 3. Georgia trying to get it back going on offense. They had a good rhythm just a couple of minutes ago. Newell is out of this game right now. We'll see where they turn for offense.
Missouri is such a big help team. Look at all 5 black jerseys. When the ball is on one side of the floor or the other, they really load in.
Demary with a highlight. Georgia run.
Players on both ends stepping up late in shot clock situations.
Had a well-played first half by both sides. 3 ball. Georgia. Oh, this very few weaknesses that you can really find. Where do you poke a hole in this Missouri team? They do everything well, and they're very deep.
Well,
nice pass to Newell.
What a great job by Newell, though, to present himself in the open area. That's basketball IQ.
3 ball from the corner. Fix and change if Georgia's going to try and wipe away an 18-point deficit.
Double off the pick and roll. That middleman has been open the entire game. Georgia just
talks to us every time about turnovers.
Well, that was going to be a travel.
Yep.
Instead, it's just a turnover to Blue Cane. And Demary stays hot.
They got very fortunate in that one. As Chris Beard said after that game, hey, I've been on the other side of this too. And it happens. They might want that Texas one back just because of the love affair between these two schools.
That one left a mark. Here's Kane.
Garcia now guarding Kane, one of the great defenders against a guy that's shooting lights out early this first half.
They leave Demary wide open and makes him pay. So to Payne, Garcia, a little underhand toss.
Terrific pass, but what a mix-up by Georgia. Don't take the ball fake outside. Let him throw to Solomon, Washington.
Another 3 on the way. 1 of 16 to start a half. I can't say that I've ever seen that one before.
No, I've not seen it.
Now the second field goal.
Point, the final act comes on, and Wade Taylor
Taylor now up to 12 points, a couple of three-pointers. And Demary knocks home.
Right, you know what he did that time? He went left, and he was powerful. And a powerful bounce pass. It allows your center, usually the ball bounces right up to the chest.
Demary. Little floater is good. Kicks it back out, Newell. That won't go. The tip does, though. Mississippi's high school player of the year and the all-time leading scorer in the state of Mississippi.
Like a high jumper, being able to take speed and then plant and go straight up.
That was an easy flick of the wrist. You want to go tell him?
Yeah. You go tell Chris Jans about the one play.
Right.
I'll tell Sean Jones about this.
Godfrey's bumping on Murphy. Demary fires for three and connect. Step back from Demary is good. Boy, you know.
Bounded by the offensive team.
Oh, Georgia gets this thing tied up, and they just can't get over the hump. Her last lead for Georgia was at 17-15.
Oh, what a pass.
Demary in traffic, got it to go.
Pick and pop. And look at Matthews stay down defensively.
Demary stays with it, got it to go.
With a seam. Demary, floater rims out, and the putback is good.
Good active.
13-year stretch. He has been to 4 already, and they're going to make their 5th in 6 years this season.
High seeds when he's able to get to the NCAA tournament.
Shot blockers. Coming off maybe his best game in a Georgia uniform. Had 14 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals in the win against South Carolina, snapping a 4-game skid for Georgia. Demary goes right to the cup, and we're tied at 4.
On Paris's roster. It is a basketball-rich state, South Carolina. Davis goes 1 for 2. This is not a very good free throw shooting South Carolina team. Here's Silas Demary, number 5 in gray with the ball. Georgia trying to rebound after getting thumped by 30 against Florida. Demary's
on Cooper and Meechie Johnson this year, distributing the basketball. It's all on his shoulders.
Godfrey double teamed. Finds the open man. Nice dribble, step away, and a knockdown 3.
Turnovers in the first half. You're probably going to have 18 to 20 points. They've got to get looks, and there's another one.
That's a home run pass and an easy 2.
Too easy that time. Dribble drive, one of the most devastating moves in all of basketball, and that time just not doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of them.
So now 7, 3 rebounds, and 3 dimes for Colin Murray Boyles tonight. That one's good.
Relationships, and that's why there's a really long list of his former players that he has now coached their son.
And here with this Arkansas roster, that's a 3. Silas Demary. He'll get it back and open look. That's the spot.
Again, it's hard in this league to get that good of a look. You can't capitalize on it, man. It just makes tough sledding.
Ellie Davis with 4 points to start. Good cut by Lawrence. He'll whip it outside. Demary again. Another triple.
Why not Georgia? But it's making Georgia work and taking time off that 30-second shot clock for Georgia to work with.
Demary with a path and the finish and a chance.
Georgia came into this game in conference play shooting 22%.
There's a steal. Silas Demary Jr. and lays it in.
4 points for the freshman, but he missed the free throw. 7-point lead. Georgia needs a quick one. Demary Jr. He will let it fly, and he rattles it in. It's not over yet. 1 of 2 from the line. Demary Jr. brings it up. He's trying to get to the rim as they give him the lay-in. 8-point.
University of Alabama. Dubar misses that three. Tennessee shot just 27% in that first half. So far in the second half, 64% as Demary. Gainey. Beautiful finish there by Jordan Gainey. Floater over the top. That three is good.
It's all the way to the bucket as Oklahoma on the board.
Elvis is very effective getting the ball to the open shooters and also relieving some of the pressure that they're going to face from this Georgia team.
This is Silas Demary Jr. Oh!
Nice shot for Almanor. Took his time with a lot of poise, lined it up.
But the answer for Silas. 12th turnover for Kentucky here tonight. Shot clock at 5. Newell gives it off. Demary Jr. in front of his own bench knocks down the triple. And players getting tangled.
It's coach of the year, and he is coaching today in red and black at his alma mater, where he used to wear red and blue.
That's right. He had a fantastic career for Ole Miss. A lot of people remember him. Teammate of Keith Carter, the athletic director. Good seal right there by R.J. Godfrey.
And a strong drive. Primarily the Chicago Cubs. He and Ernie Banks were great friends.
Great teammates, great talent.
Georgia. Demary, good kick. Lawrence three. The Dogs need it and can't get it. Demary, it's Georgia's second offensive board. He's got them both. He's in too deep. Good defense there from Jones. Here's Asa Newell, who's held scoreless in the first half. And Georgia gets a three to go. Silas.
They do a lot of, their head's just been knocked off, their body's back, and officials that don't see them very often may think it's legit. And when you're Tucson State and you're playing an SEC school, you just feel, oh man, they're against us.
Demary, big three, and it's single digits. Going for South Carolina State. Dubinsky with a three, a little bit short. They are getting a lot of loose balls, and that one's taken away. Demary with the rip and the finish.
Weight room drive finishing. His eyes are up. He's reading the defense.
Good defense there by Kane against Johnson. George with the ball, down by 5. Chance to make it a one-possession game. Demary against Teal. Oh, I like the hesitation.
JD keeping me straight over here.
Hey, we're talking about keeping it straight. It's Somto Surreal and what he's doing on the defensive end. Doing an outstanding job of holding his ground.
Can hold for the last shot of the half. Demary guarded out front by Barry. Silas Demary Jr. takes it inside, hesitates, gets it off the window for two. He went right at Lace Olalari, got it.
Gets the shot and the looks that he wants, and then you pair that with Shane Montgomery. They have an elite, impactful bench.
13 days from the start of conference play. When you think about differentiators in the SEC.
2002 season. And metrically, statistically, almost in every way, they're better. Kane on the drive, drops it off, and the lay-in by Demary. Georgia 11-0 lead on Buffalo here in the opening 2.5+ minutes, and the steal by Demary. Demary takes it in for the jam. Played 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure and lost.
Yeah, Georgia's not allowed a clean look at Buffalo yet at all. But you're right. You know, you're coming out of finals, a little rusty. You practice best you can, much as you can.
Lawrence to the corner. Now 7 on the shot clock. Georgia will have to do something here with it. Demary going to launch a 3, and he buried it. My
plays. There you go.
Sable missed the layup as Georgia challenged him at the rim.
Kind of looks they've got to get. Just keep attacking, stay in there. Crazy things can happen in the game of basketball, so just got to work at it.
To the corner, and Demary another 3-pointer. Nothing but net.
Slow the game down a little tempo, climb their way back in.
Kane. Rebound by Newell. Three-pointer, Demary, smoking hot.
The rim protection is there, and offensively, you have a tone of physicality when they get on the O boards.
Tied at 8. Demary underneath will have to back it out of there. Going to work a little two-man game with Ace and Newell, and Demary takes it himself.
Soft touch there.
In the game, you want to make sure you're filling out your opponent. You're doing a good job executing your offense.
Oh, here's another takeaway by Demary, and he lays it up and in. So last Monday, Blue Kane goes to the rim, couldn't get it to go. Demary puts it back up and in.
Silas
ready to go. Late shot clock offense here. Davis has to hoist, flings it. That's short. Lawrence on the move. Silas Demary attacks. Oh, it just opened up for him there. Davis, a little wild layup. And so Georgia's on the move now. Davis trying to hustle back.
Both of these teams are at their best when the ball is moving.
Demary wide open, nails the 3. Really from start to finish. LeFew, another, and he's gotten a little cold here after hitting his first 3. Demary rises and
Cam to tie it.
Yeah, outstanding pass playmaking by Robert McCray.
This guy's a player.
Yeah, without a doubt. Certainly has the physical build. He's going to be attacking all night long.
Here's Demary with a drive. The reverse layup, good. I love the way Silas. This is a chance to work on stuff, and that's just invaluable against live bullets.
Without a doubt, JD, I mean, you said it. There's always an opportunity to work on stuff. And I'll tell you, there's something to be said about how hard you fight when you're down and the game is out of reach, even with 12 minutes left. Speaks a lot to your character late in the season. There's going to be a time where you got to go come back and win a game, or you should be able to finish and win a game. If you can kind of stay in range, this will be a good opportunity for them to do that here tonight.
LeFew finds Demary.
Another great go with, what do we need to change on offense to be more effective throughout the course of the game? These are a couple things you could just look at and you can take away from any game,
Fourth rebound there for Lawrence. Here's Demary. Oh, with the left hand.
Good steps.
Borio. Nice step back there from KG won't go, and it's Drezgich again on the boards. Under 4 to play. It is Georgia 92 and Jacksonville 46. Newell. Left wing Demary. Sidestep 3-ball on target.
To eat the glass. Great rebounding team, Chris, as you mentioned. And protect the rock. Take care of the basketball. Too many turnovers for the Bulldogs.
Demary, nice little bounce. And that's why both teams agreed to play this game. Wanted a quad 1 or quad 2 opportunity. So Georgia's back on top, 18-17. Nice job by Richmond, had his hands on it, but Georgia somehow gets it back in the reverse underneath. And St. John's turns it right back over. Where did you want your teams turnover-wise? What was a good number for you?
Ideal would be 10 or 11. We played fast when I coached at Xavier in Providence, Virginia, but 14 for Georgia is too many. 13 for St. John's a little too many.
Surreal. Giant the screen, and Demary drills the 3. He wanted to fight up here, Coach.
Yep. Turnover. Yeah, after the turnover, you can't move now. You got to stay still. Refused did a great job before off the bench.
No, it was deflected, so no over and back call. Georgia with the ball in a 2-point lead, looking for a huge non-con win against ranked St. John's. Shot clock under 10. Baseline drive, Lawrence. Head fake. 3 from Demary, who has a little something. Who sat for most of the first half after he picked up 2 quick fouls.
Much better press offense, getting in bounds for Georgia. More room to operate for the guard to get free.
Demary ducks underneath.
Joplin stopped by Newell. Fall away from the free throw line, not there. Back tap it right to Newell. Georgia can take the lead.
Georgia defense is so good. All 5 players were about a foot out of the paint or in the paint. That makes it to where Marquette cannot get inside.
Demary Jr. on the move. Floater. That's good. And
did altered shots.
Norman checks back in for Marquette. Georgia gets it over half court and will slow it down. Could be their final offensive trip of what's turned out to be a heck of a first half. Demary Jr. inside, fall away, Jay, it drops.
And so often when he sets a screen, his defender stays and doubles, which leaves Gould the opportunity to pop back out.
This thing I thought that was part of Tom Terrific's great outfield.
Right fielder. Ron could do it.
Here's Blue Cade. Asa Newell with the screen. Sayi, 7-footer extending the defense. Demary with a strong drive, baseline, stalk him. This is all about getting the experience, getting better, and getting primed and ready for SWAC play. Great pass underneath for Demary, the assist to Lawrence.
Alec Kessler, man, he was
well,
championship team. He can shoot the 3.
And that high post offense with that range, he was the perfect fit. And a 4.0 in biology. Here's Demary, the finger roll. Can I get a little joy?
The roster here for Coach Stoudemire. Skilled big, had some toughness, some shooting, scoring and rebounding.
And Silas, he takes a seat. And now the 2 point guards before J.D. McCollum and Lance Terry. You're going to see that from Georgia Tech for as long as Damon Stoudemire is the head coach. 2 point guard system. Similar to what he ran when he was a senior at Arizona with Khalid Reeves.
Not a bad roster. Lute Olson had assembled there for about 3 decades. He was winning 20-plus games.
3 seconds to shoot. Demary with the teardrop.
It's a 1-possession game. It'll be back and forth all the way down the stretch. That's what Georgia Tech needed.
Huge answer from Demary.
Right back. Action. They look for the slipper. So, like the second screen, they'll try to go right to the rim with it.
Demary gets some space around McCollum. Underneath the rim, reverse. Now can Georgia Tech defend their paint.
Oh, show a little zone. They got to switch it up.
We have not seen a zone hardly ever under Coach Damon Stoudemire. Didn't play it at all last year.
Yeah, but by the percentages, if you play the percentages, there's no one on the floor right now for the Dogs that's over a 40% free throw. In a game where McCollum had foul trouble, he might be a guy with the confidence he gets from tonight to make some big plays late in games off the bounce.
Demary. Five seconds to shoot. Demary, a three. A dagger.
We'll look at the totals as the game goes along. Demary for Kane for a three. That one's no good. Another offensive rebound for Georgia. But North Florida, they fire the three as competently and often as any team in the country.
That's without a doubt. And oftentimes, if you find a team that's a little undersized, that's able to hang, they won't do it without being able to shoot the three-ball.
Silas Demary with the answer.
Can't turn it over on the first pass or first dribble like they did here a moment ago.
Here's Demary. Great screen from Abson, the seal in the finish. Kid looks like he's an upperclassman.
Absolutely. You know, we've entered a different era. These kids are more prepared for the, for the grind of high level.
Kansas, Kentucky. Most football teams, red or orange.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know why. That's one of those things that just rattles around in this mind of mine. Here's Silas Demary with the finish, and he's having a great game. It's off the square.
That's a beautiful move over a high challenge there by Sompto.
Good drive, counted, and a foul.
Consistently is able to generate offense for this ball club, and not having that over such a long stretch really debilitating the team.
50-33. The Flames are trying into a Godfrey screen. Oh my
God. And again, you talked about the lesson being learned, but so it's unfortunate that we're going to have to go through this lesson being learned as much as we are with this generation. It's just a product of evolution, and change, but, different time, different day, different age.
I would think, I've thought about this, football now that we're in the basketball season. Here's James with a nice feed underneath for Abson. Trezgeach, Demary three ball, yes.
Gets another one to
three. Really happy for Makai Cameron coming back home to the state of Georgia. 15 points. Here's Demary on the drive, and he gets his first bucket. Big answer.